14 school buses have Wi-Fi on board, so people will spend about 2 to 3 hours in these chambers. Students would use a video conference style technology to communicate directly with teachers.
Right here at the main stage, Cheap Trick just got done performing, so we just missed it, but it was a great show.
Here you can see smoke coming up where this peat fire exists. As Chuck walks, a GPS locator is tracking his every single movement.
It was here at this very school on March 17th of 2011. that the mother of a kindergarten student came forward.
Bemidji School District's debate is, if you want to play ball, get your own basket.
I've been on scene here at the location 5 Northwest where the shooting took place, just down this road, since about 6:30.
His Hubmaster idea was designed to be simple so that anyone can do it, even me. If caught out in the open during a lightning storm, immediately crouch down, put your hands on your knees. 2 mules.
Whoa, boys. Whoa.
And a covered wagon. Joe Dalby and Earl Speckman are hitting the not-so-dusty trail.
We're hoping to raise awareness of palliative care and hospice.
A caravan for a cause. Making a statement. American Old West style.
Well, it's interesting and it'll be fun.
The equestrians and their mules, Rufus and Rowdy, are traveling from Bemidji to Joyce, Iowa, all on hook.
It's just something that I've always been passionate about for a number of years, and it's a good cause.
The two are trotting at a leisurely pace of just 3 miles an hour, and their total trip is around 350 miles. So they're hoping to complete this trip within about a month.
We have to turn left up here. You can really see the country in something like this, you know.
And for the entire trip, these two are riding rugged. No follow car and no hotels.
This is the first time we've gone where we're pretty much self-sufficient with all our supplies and whatnot with us.
But these experienced riders say 1 month is a short trip, even in a covered wagon.
We're doing good so far.
Yeah, and enjoying it.
Whether pulling for palliative programs or hoofing it for hospice care, for these travelers, time trots by. Jamil Donith, Lakeland News.
Overlook or anything?
It's the latest in healing technology.
You're going to go ahead and start your descent down.
Hyperbaric chambers immerse patients in 100% oxygen under pressure to heal chronic wounds in significantly less time.
Statistically here, we've been seeing wounds take 2 to 4 years to heal. With advanced wound care and hyperbarics, we usually can get those wounds healed in 3 to 4 months.
Sanford Bemidji showed off its 2 chambers Tuesday at the opening of its new wound care and hyperbaric center.
It's great. It's better than I thought it would be. We've got top-of-the-line chambers. We're going to be able to take care of people.
We're going to go ahead and roll you in here.
Community members got to test out the new technology.
It felt kind of like something Star Trek-y.
Here we go. And some of us actually got to go under.
Drop you down a little faster now.
So people will spend about 2 to 3 hours in these chambers with 100% oxygen. Now, I got to 10 feet below sea level, but generally people will get to 40, 45 feet below sea level. My ears popped a little bit, but the pressure wasn't too bad.
It's very similar to airplane when you're coming back up from diving. When you're diving, it's like you're diving into a pool.
The region has about 16,000 diabetics and around 2,000 that need advanced wound care.
I think it's great. It just adds more services that we can provide to different people.
But this oxygen therapy does not only expedite the healing process, it also reduces amputations.
In places where we have successful advanced wound care and hyperbaric programs, as we've decreased the amputation rate by over 90%.
And all these health benefits just by breathing. Jamil Donith, Lakeland News. After 5 days in court, attorneys made their final arguments earlier this morning, and the jury came to a verdict after nearly 3 hours of deliberation. This was a relatively speedy trial and a short deliberation, but for the Huseman and Riley family, this all began in July of 2012 when Huseman went missing and parts of his body were later found on Riley's property. But while this is closure for Huseman's family, for Riley's loved ones, this trial has left them with more questions than answers.
We can finally have some closure. And justice has been served.
Mark Huseman's entire family filled the courtroom Friday to hear a jury convict Dane Riley of murder.
We knew in our hearts that he was guilty. There was all the evidence pointing right at him.
After 5 days in trial and 3 hours of deliberation, a jury found Riley guilty of killing, burning, and dismembering his own cousin.
We felt that all of the evidence that had been gathered pointed strongly toward the defendant's guilt.
The jury then deliberated on whether to add aggravating factors to Riley's sentence, considering his prior criminal offenses and the particular cruelty in which Huseman was murdered. Riley was found guilty on both counts.
With the defendant's criminal history, we are hopeful that the judge will agree with us that he should be locked up for as long as the statutes provide.
In closing arguments, the defense called the state's case vague and inconclusive at best, with contradicting and unreliable witness testimony.
No hard evidence and a bunch of testimony from a bunch of meth users.
Riley's father, and also a witness in the trial, says the state's evidence against his son is weak and lacking motive.
A piece of cardboard here, a mud flap there, a burn pit with nothing in them but burnt clothes.
But the state was confident with its findings.
The investigation in this matter was an extremely professional and well-done investigation. We felt very strongly about the case going forward.
A closed case for the Huseman family, but for the Rileys, this trial is still an open book.
I want to know what went on. And right now, I'm more confused than I was before.
Now, the defense plans to make an appeal, but they would not comment further on the trial. The state is looking to sentence Riley with a statutory maximum of 40 years in prison.